Day 5 on the Maricopa Trail. Ooh, we had a nice campsite. We were down in a wash, so we didn't really get to see much of a sunset or much views, but we were protected from the wind last night, which was definitely a welcome reprieve compared to the night before. At any rate, we're going to be heading into Spur Ranch Park, which is another Maricopa County Park unit, and also there's the Jewel of the Creek Preserve in the vicinity. It's I think a privately owned but treated kind of like public land, sort of like the Redlands Conservancy conservation easements in California, or the Wildlands Conservancy in Southern California with like Whitewater Preserve. If you've done the PCT, then you probably dropped into the Whitewater Preserve, which is administered by the Wildlands Conservancy. And so I think the Jewel of the Creek Preserve is similar to those two things. And then after that, we'll be heading into the Tonto National Forest. This is super exciting. It's just been beautiful out here on this part of the trail. So I'm excited to see what today brings. We don't really have to rush. We're still ahead of schedule. And at this point, today's Saturday. We're gonna get off trail on Monday to go resupply, shower, laundry, things like that. So in between here and there, we really can just sort of take our time and enjoy this northeastern, sort of most wild part of the Maricopa Trail. Let's do it. Well, that was quick. We're less than 5 minutes into this hike for the day, and we are at Spur Ranch Conservation Area. Awesome. Looking forward. Here, you just go off the loop once. You go on one little spur down to the Jewel of the Creek Preserve and then back up and around. So if you look at the Maricopa Trail map, you basically do almost a loop, but not quite, because there's a small parking lot jog in the middle. But I guess backtracking 1.7 miles as opposed to doing an entire loop and then backtracking another segment is better. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, we're here. Whoo! It is nice out here. It's hard to see because the sun, we're walking into the sun right now, or sun adjacent, but it's really beautiful views. We're on the Spur cross trail, and then to get down to Jewel of the Creek, we take the Dragonfly Trail, which is interesting. The map, like the informational kiosk and map at the entry we came into, I guess the Dragonfly Trail with the stop at the Jewel of the Creek Preserve was not originally part of the Maricopa Trail because it's not indicated on that map, but on the website maps, which I think are the most current, it is. So we're gonna take that. I already know it's gonna be, like, we're up pretty high. We're going to a creek. I'm guessing it's pretty low. So we're gonna drop down this Dragonfly Trail down to the creek, climb back up out of it, go around to the other side of the actual Spur Ranch Conservation Area, which I'm sure will be another drop down to the creek again and then back up again. So that'll be fun. By my wildflower book, I haven't seen really any mini wildflowers yet this morning. My goal today is to learn 3 plants without having to look back at the book. We'll see how it goes. Morning hiker cam. Enjoy the sounds of nature and nightcrawler yapping back there. Nice. I'm feeling kind of Bob Ross out here, but with cactus instead of little trees. Because look at all these saguaro. Look how happy they are. This is how they're supposed to look. Like, not molested, not shotgun blasted, not shot with arrows, not set on fire, not hacked with machetes or knives or whatever these people are doing to the ones in the non-protected areas. Oh my goodness, they just feel happy, and they do weird stuff too when they're just like allowed to go about their own business. They have slap fights with each other or tickle fights. I don't know, maybe they're hugging. There's little families growing together, and their arms start doing weird twisty things. They just seem to be a lot happier. Oh, except for you, guy. Sorry, Chad, you got jacked. More hiker cam. Now, I think, according to Gaia, I may or may not be correct though, because I may not be seeing it right on the map. I think that over there is Black Mesa, which is silly because it's not black. And then that over there is New River Mesa. However, that might be Black Mesa, and that might be New River Mesa over there. So obviously, got questions you have to ask at the... I don't know if there's a visitor center here. It's kind of interesting. They charge here at Spur crosses $3 a person for entry, but I didn't see anything like in terms of the amenities that the other park units offer, and they charge too. So I'm not sure what they charge that extra dollar for, or what's it all about. We'll find out, I guess, when we get to a place with people that are knowledgeable about these things. Okay, so here we are at the Dragonfly Trail, which is now included in the Maricopa Trail. This drops us down to the jewel of the Creek Preserve, which you can actually see from here. It's a 1.7 mile spur. We'll have to backtrack this segment, and then we'll be continuing on the Spur cross trail, which is forward and goes to the actual Maricopa County Park unit. But here we're going to be hitting the Dragonfly Trail down to the creek. Wow, check it out right here next to the trail. Like, I'm inclined to believe that it's a legit pictograph, seeing as how it's the design, and also, like, you know, why wouldn't you make a trail that went right by a pictograph? That's pretty rad trail find. Way better than geocaching. Nice. Uh-oh.
Keep nature natural.
Carnage. Carnage 2021. Here we're getting down. We're on the wash. Not sure what wash this is. I finally found my first flower for the day, so I guess that'll be flower number 1 of 3. And we were able to identify it as, I don't know how to pronounce it though, Beloperone, Beloperone. Here's one, Beloperone. I like it with pepperoni. Hi, I'm a Beloperone. I'm gonna read more about it later. I have all day. But now I have a picture of it, and I'm seeing it everywhere. Apparently it's popular in like riparian areas and canyons and things like that, the lower elevations in Arizona, as opposed to the firecracker bush, which looks almost exactly the same, but tends to grow at a higher elevations. But I guess we're exiting Spur Cross conservation area for now, because we're just going to the jewel of the Creek Preserve, and then back up this trail to the loop. Yeah, this is an extremely busy trail in Jewel of the Creek Preserve. We've seen a whole bunch of kids. We just let these hikers pass us because we don't want to rush, man. Like, we are gonna come back through here, but I don't expect it's probably gonna be any less busy when we come back through. Might as well enjoy our time and stroll and be able to video and take pictures whenever we want without worrying about somebody being held up behind us. All right, we're down on the creek. almost. Cave Creek is just over there where all the leafy green things are. Telltale sign in the desert. Where the water at? Hey, little Cave Creek action. This is awesome. It's like the boardwalks in New Jersey. Like, hey, look, running water in Arizona. I bet this place goes off at dawn and dusk. All the wildlife enjoying this perennial water source in otherwise very, very dry Arizona. Yeah. Well, that's disappointing. So this spur down to Jewel of the Creek pretty much just brings you to this parking lot with no amenities. There's a trash bin, that's it. Other than that, I mean, it's just the same open desert as everything else. So that's annoying because now we have to walk all the way back up to the top of that trail and then back over and around to the Spur Cross visitor center or whatever. But yeah, okay. So we're gonna go back to the creek. We gotta pick up water there. That's the water stop in this vicinity, is straight out of the Cave Creek. It's a perennial creek. We'll actually get to use our filters for once and make our way over to the visitor center, which looks like it's actually like a quarter of a mile up this road, but instead we have to backtrack a mile, almost 2 miles, and then another 1.5 miles or so to get there, going around the long way.
Lame.
Very lame. All right, well, off we go then, I guess. Yeah. This might have been a good sign for the lady that seemed angry and was toting around 8 kids out here, 6 of whom we found guiltily coming out of the abandoned mine shaft, and she was nowhere to be found. Then she left behind 2 other little girls that one looked like she had been crying. Maybe this lady's not cut out for working with kids. I don't know. God, I hope none of them were hers. All right, well, we finally got to use our filters for the very first time on this trail. We'll get to use them again when we go all the way back up this hill and then back down it to go like 2/4 of a mile. Not 2/4 of a mile, like 1/4 of a mile up up the Spur Cross Ranch Road to come back at it from behind. Then we can use it again on Cave Creek. It smells a little sulfury. Should be fine, right? Too bad. We have flavor things, airborne. You know what makes sulfury water taste better? Putting coffee in it. We're gonna go have some second coffee on the other side of this water right now. Now, this is exciting. Oh, I guess we're going back into the Spur Cross Ranch, but also the Audubon Important Bird Area. That's one of the things I always check on when I'm putting a unit onto the website, supportpubliclands.com. One of the things I look at is special designations, and one of those is whether or not we're at an Audubon Important Bird Area. So that's awesome that we're actually in one of those. I'm imagining it's because this is a riparian airway and probably also a migration flyway. So I'm looking forward to going back and looking up what kinds of birds we might be seeing in here. All right, well, we're back at the Spur Cross, the main loop. That was more or less a waste of time. Yeah, I guess unless you're looking for a bailout point or, I don't know. I mean, there's nothing down there but a parking lot and trash cans. But there are also like trash cans and a toilet at the main lot. So frankly, unless you're a real stickler for doing the entirety of a trail, I wouldn't worry about doing that spur unless you're parked down there. Spectacular views up here on the Spur Cross Trail past the junction with the Dragonfly. Look at that. Awesome. And I only see like 2 ginormous houses off in the distance, marring what is otherwise an entirely awesome natural view. Nice. Oh, this place is incredibly busy today, though. It's Saturday. It's a nice day, finally. All right, so we stopped and had a nice chat with a couple of dudes named Reggie and Casper. Casper being the guy's trail name. He's done the AZT a couple times. At any rate, we're getting close to the Spur Conservation Area, I guess, base camp or whatever. So now you're getting to see all of these parking areas that we were just observing from the other end of this area, from the Jewel of the Creek Preserve. And now we're coming at them from the top way on the Spur Trail. But we'll see what's down here. Have a snack, maybe eat some lunch. It's about lunchtime. Man, our mornings are going so slow. We don't even have 10 miles yet, but we have been stopping a lot on this trail to let people go by, chat, things like that. We got, pick up water, whatever. I don't know, mornings are always slow, and I think, oh my God, how did so much time get by? And I have hardly gone any distance. And then, the day is over and you're at 20-something miles. So that's really all that matters. And enjoying yourself, having a good time. And I think we're in the best part of the trail. Hopefully, it'd be awesome if I was surprised and found that I was wrong. But I'm feeling like this is probably the most scenic part of the trail at any rate. So I don't mind lingering here a little bit longer and really kind of enjoying this wilder part of the Maricopa Trail. We found some slightly more modern ruins. Slightly more modern than, the pictograph we found earlier. Pretty cool. Not sure what that is. So that's a pretty good sized house, though. Alright, nice lunch break here at the Spur Conservation Area. They do have this picnic area available. Other than that, there don't seem to be any other amenities here. There's bins, dog poop bags, informational kiosks, porta potties, and this sort of shaded area, which is perfect because there's not a cloud in the sky today, and it's definitely impactful being in the fully exposed sun, which we'll be doing for the rest of the day. So might as well take advantage of the shade while we have it. Other than that, it's an extremely busy park with horses and families and dogs and mountain bikers and hikers, pretty much everything. So, it's cool. It's a nice spot. They have these signs pretty much everywhere. And it's kind of fun. We get to see our progress on this trail. And we started today, Saturday, and we started Tuesday here at Trilby, and which is right at 60 and the 303 loop in outside of Surprise. And we're all the way over here. Like, it takes a long time to drive. Well, certainly not 4 days, but it takes a while to drive that distance. And we walked it. This is awesome. And already hit this is our third Maricopa County Park unit we've hit so far. Lake Pleasant, Cave Creek, and now Spur Cross Ranch. Look at us go. Alright, so we're approaching the boundary of the Tonto National Forest, Cave Creek Ranger District. It is so cool out here. I just love this. Look at all this. Look at all these colors. Ooh. That's some primo Sonoran desert right there. Here's the other end of the Metate Trail. Very cool. I love how they're doing the Ocotillo fence. Try and make this work. Living fence, very eco-friendly, very cool, very spiky. Gotta imagine, very effective. A bunch of people down there. We're gonna be back on Cave Creek for a little while. Okay. Once we get out of the conservation area and onto the forest, away from parking lots and whatnot, we should have this creek to ourselves. All right, here we are, Tonto National Forest. Nice, because we can sleep wherever we want, which is great. We are actually going to be sleeping in here near, I think, today we were supposed to be sleeping by the Cottonwood Spring. I'm not sure if we're going to stay there. It's not that far away, so we may continue forward. I had planned for us to stay at Cottonwood Spring, though, because theoretically there should be water there. I don't know what it is about. I love running water as it is, but finding it in places where it's entirely unexpected, like for example, the middle of the Sonoran Desert, is just all that much sweeter. All right, so we just had our final crossing of Cave Creek, and since I'm not absolutely sure there's water at Cottonwood Spring, we went ahead and picked up water to get us to Bronco Trailhead, where we stashed some water, but that's like 11 and a half miles away, and we're definitely not going to make it there this afternoon. Jesus, it's like almost 3, it's like 3 o'clock. We haven't even gone 10 miles yet today. It was pretty pathetic. A little frustrated by that, but whatever. You know, this is, again, I have to keep reminding myself, it's the most beautiful part of the trail. Pretty sure, definitely the wildest part of the trail. So, oh, thank goodness, I get to go down. But, nice. Yeah, just, we haven't really done a lot in the way of, it felt like we were going fast and doing good, but damn, less than 10 miles. We started at 7:25 this morning. Hey. Oh well. Okay, well that escalated quickly, like literally. We were just down on Cave Creek, and now we are way the hell up here. I'm not sure, I think this might be Skull Mesa. The sign at the bottom said Skull Mesa Trailhead. So I don't know if this is Skull Mesa, where that is. I mean, maybe what we're standing on looks like a skull. It's definitely a flat top, I can't tell. But anyway, holy smokes. I have 4 liters of new weight on my back. This is impactful. Definitely feeling every bit of my knees now. Oh, that was gorgeous. Hello, beautiful. Well, so far the walk from Cave Creek is basically extremely steep up and down on extremely slippery terrain. I got Hokas. Hokas don't have the best traction. Carla's wearing some shoes called Slow Man. They have, well, other than a lame name, they have not the best traction either. But yeah, this part is like, he is dodgy as hell. And it is, it's just like steeps, ups and downs, up and down out of these canyons. But in the full sun, all that time yesterday, we were like, oh, I'm so cold, me. Now it's like, oh my God, it's so toasty out here, please send ice. Well, somewhere around here is a spring that is not named on Gaia. Yeah, certainly wouldn't count on this for a water supply, but that cistern's there for something. And there's just water popping up in little puddles all over the place. Nice, that gives me hope that Cottonwood Spring will have water in it. Not so much that I'm willing to dump out any of the water I've got now, but hell, if there's water in Cottonwood Spring, I can have a little dirtbag shower this evening. Woohoo! Hooray for America! Oh, we finally got just a wee bit of cloud cover. Yay! That definitely makes a huge difference. And the cool breeze, also instrumental in keeping today from being entirely uncomfortable. Look at this view. Hi. I love being on the forest. I don't know why. I always feel like, I'm more in the wild when I'm in an actual designated national forest or some such. But I mean, hey, it's kind of hard not to. This is the Tonto National Forest. It's huge. I think it's the largest national forest in Arizona. And we are on the Cave Creek Ranger District. Whew. Oh, and that is Skull Mesa. Skull Mesa. I don't see the skull. We did determine that there's a snarky face in it, but I don't know about a skull. Wow, this trail definitely impactful. Holy smokes. Thank goodness there's a little bit of clouds now, because it was getting pretty brutal. See that thin ribbon? That's Cave Creek. We were just there like a couple miles ago. Holy smokes. I'm not sure if we were at that spot specifically, but that's how far down we were. And actually you can see the trail like down there where we came up, and then basically just walked this entire ridge, dropped down into a canyon, back up. It is a lot of ups and downs, this part, but oh my god, it's just spectacular out here. And other than the couple with the dog that they said they went up Skull Mesa with the dog, each carrying apparently only a liter of water each, and their poor old dog, I don't know if they don't like their dog anymore or what, but we ended up giving them a liter of water each just so that the dog wouldn't die. I don't care as much about the people, frankly. You're going to bring your poor dog out here on a completely sunny, exposed, warm day, then you need to bring a little bit. You need to make sure you have ample water, not just for you, but for your dogs too. Because holy crap, that's high. And it's like, I don't know, probably a 10-mile trip. 1 liter of water each, huh? Come on, people, get your shit together. Awesome. Nightcrawler just found this little pictograph on this random rock here. So cool. That's lucky. Woohoo! That's a big old crested saguaro. Those are really unusual. And actually, I saw a friend that had posted a picture of a crested golden barrel cactus, which I've never seen before. They basically just kind of look like clams sitting on the ground. So I hope we get to see one of those. But this is only the second one of these I've ever seen. The first one I've seen just pretty much out, left unmolested in the wild. The first one we saw was like right on the side of a road, so it's not like nobody else knew it was there. But hell yeah, that's rad. Good find, babe. Good job.
Yeah.
Whoop, winner. All right, well, we made it to top of something. We're here. And somebody climbed all that nonsense to put up a big old fence with some historic trash weighting the gate down to keep it closed. I guess there's maybe some cows around here somewhere. I do not know. But anyway, we're at the Skull Mesa Junction. We're continuing on Cottonwood Trail because we ultimately have to get to Bronco Trail, which is 5 miles from here. Cottonwood Spring, I believe, is before the Bronco Trail. Hopefully there's water there. That's where we were supposed to have camped, frankly, actually tomorrow night, but if there's water in it, we'll probably just call it a day and camp there this evening. We're still a day ahead, who cares? But I really would love to put myself into some water if possible. If not, I got some water from that spring and take a little Sawyer squeeze shower. All right, well, Well, we have putted our way to another spring. This one's unnamed, but it's piped, which is pretty cool. Obviously, we're not, well, since there's a pipe, we're clearly not the first people to discover this spring because they don't just magically come with pipes, but you get your bucket back there and some other detritus and garbage. But yeah, for the most part, this part on the Tonto is a little bit of a bummer because it's hard to, it's really steep up, really steep down, really slippery, rocky terrain. You have to watch your feet the entire time, and which is unfortunate because I'm pretty sure still that we're gonna decide at the end of this trail that this northeast segment is our favorite. I wish that the trail through this forest was a little bit more, you know, kind of an enjoyable thing. But on the plus side, by the time we get back over to all those canal walks and walking through town, hopefully we'll just be able to fly, because today has basically just been an ass kicker of a day so far, as evidenced by the like 12 hours we've made in, like, you know, all day long. I'm digging this little riparian area though, down at this unnamed creek with all the random historic trash around it. Very nice, cool, shady. Got ancient, wizened-looking trees. Grass. Very cool. I heard voices. I thought it was like, ooh, there's more people coming. But it's just Nightcrawler yapping again. Looky here. There's a bunch of tubes going all over the place. Now you got a spigot. And a cistern. There's nothing in it all. I haven't seen any more water since that first pipe we saw. Ooh, I actually see some water down in there. Ah, it's so nice. I think we're lucky. We are lucky to have water out here. Anywhere. Other than Cave Creek, which is, you know, it runs year round. But I was surprised to see water anyplace else. So this is great. There will probably definitely be water at Cottonwood Spring. I mean, shit, this spring doesn't even have a name. Cottonwood Spring's listed on the map like 3 places, and the trail's named after it. I like my odds. Ugh. All right, back to climbing out of holes. Well, this is kind of a cool little find, although I'm pretty sure fires are not allowed right now on this forest, which makes sense because we've already walked through a bunch of burn areas. But I kind of like this, like, hey, it's a people corral. You corral your people in here. If we had picked up water at that last place, we might stay here because that over in the corner is nice and shaded. It's relatively flat, not particularly rocky, and it is not covered in cholla. So these are all good things. I don't know why we're passing this up. We're crazy. But each of us also only has like a liter of water since we gave away most of our water to the dumb people with their dog. Okay, I'm kind of glad now we're not staying in the people corral. It's right here. But there's this creepy like Spanish conquistador helmet or armor thing right next to it. And it's like rotating and making creepy metal nut racket. I don't know what it is. I think it's like, that's where the pod people came from.
I have no idea what this is.
Crazy. And it's on like some, like thing that's like a pipe thing into the ground. It's so weird. I don't know what this is. It's just super creepy metal thing. All jacked up under a mesquite tree in the middle of Nowheresville. And a people corral. We're definitely not staying in there now. Who knows what happens here at night. All right, now we're walking up Cottonwood Creek Bed. Here, it is entirely dry. Hopefully, up by where the springs are supposed to be, there's water, because otherwise, we're in big trouble. Ooh, hey, looky there. Somebody hung a skull in a tree.
Sure is.
Yeah, look out. Beware. Too bad there's not any water in this wash because it's really nice. Look how badass this is. Oh, it's got some awesome rocks. It has a great bench over there to sit on. There's a table if you just want to like set it, you know, normal. The table fell. It's okay. Ah, man. This is awesome. I can only imagine what it looks like when this is actually raging with water. It would be so badass because there's, you know, cliffs here. It would make a waterfall down here. Oh, look at it go. All right, well, according to Gaia, Cottonwood Spring is supposed to be down in this wash somewhere. It even has a name, but can't find it. That's really inconvenient, seeing how we both are now. I don't know how far we are from the Bronco Trailhead where we stashed water, but if we can't find water going forward on this trail, we're going to be in some trouble since he gave away a third of the water he carried out from Cave Creek, and I gave away a quarter. But I also have a problem with the bladder that I've been using is leaks, so that's why I took the extra 4th liter, which I now don't have. And it's getting to be the end of the day. It's like 5:30. All of this gratuitous up and down, which is really steep and slippery terrain, has been, oh my God. I realized how old I am today because my knees are screaming. They are just killing me. So thank goodness Nightcrawler has some more ibuprofen because all I have left is Norcos, and I don't really want to take those. At any rate, I guess I'll just continue this death march up this wash, basically cross the wash, climb a hill, go down the hill, cross the wash. That's pretty much all we've been doing since we left Cave Creek. We just need water. Oh, and I'm so hungry. I cannot wait to sit my ass down and play with my food. Well, fuck. There's no water in any of the Cottonwood Spring locations that I marked on the map. It's incredibly unfortunate because we are still several miles away from Bronco Trailhead, where I stashed water for us, or where we stashed water the other day. But it's already 6 o'clock. We are definitely not making that today. It's already been incredibly slow going. This has been the most challenging day so far. This would be super, I would be enjoying walking up this canyon or up this wash if it didn't feel like a death march and I wasn't worried about, you know, getting extremely ill because I run out of water, or taking care of Crawler because he has the same problem. So annoying. But, whatever. We'll figure it out. Just got to get someplace. Man, I really just want to lay down. I just want to stop walking for right now. This has just been a long series of PUDs. And then, wash walking is sandy. It's not exactly fast going, so this has been pretty slow going through these washes also. Oh well, it is what it is. Hiking, I'd still rather be doing this than anything else. Well, except dying. I would prefer to not die, so let's just see that doesn't happen. Alright, it's 6:30, and we never did find any water. We also didn't really find a suitable place to camp, so unfortunately, we're going to do 2 for 2, sleeping directly on the trail because we're not hiking on mesas. We are gratuitously climbing up onto ridges and staying there until they drop us back down into another dry wash and then rinse and repeat. Except we can't rinse because we don't have any fucking water. So anyway, we're going to camp it here tonight and hopefully we'll make it to Bronco Trailhead tomorrow. And this track is not available on Gaia, so I don't actually have any idea what the actual mileage is other than the Maricopa Trail maps. So according to those, it was 11.5 miles from Cave Creek, where we did pick up water, to Bronco Trailhead, where we have 2.5 gallons sitting. But I have no idea how many miles are in between where we are here on this random saddle and the trailhead. So, but at least on the plus side, tomorrow morning we'll feel fresh, we'll feel better. Hopefully, I'm going to take a bunch of ibuprofen because my entire body is just screaming right now. and I want to lay it down. So we don't do this. Good night.